Today's topic, strangers rank their intelligence. Me and Preacher are going to watch it together.
Should we just like go down and do
intros?
Yeah, I'm Sade, I'm 24. I work in finance. I have a bachelor's degree. I went to Yale.
I'm Tyler, I'm 21. I'm a high school graduate and I work in the Marine Corps.
I'm Kaylee, I'm 25. I'm a software developer. I went to Ohio University and I have a bachelor's degree.
Maria, I'm 30 years old. I have my PhD in cancer biology and I work in a biotech industry. Grad school, I went to University of South Carolina, and undergrad, I went to University of Florida.
Hi, my name is My Little Pony. Welcome, everybody.
My name is Sean. I'm 27. I'm the director of social media for a company, and I also work for a digital ad agency. I got a double major in dance and cultural anthropology. Undergrad, I went to Loyola Marymount University.
Hi everybody, I'm Ray. I'm 24. I graduated with a bachelor's degree from Harvard recently, and I work in consulting.
Oh, younger babies.
I
know, that's what I was saying, is age of actor?
I think intelligence is better defined as your adaptability and your problem solving skills more than it is your education. Obviously, like the education, the stuff you've been through puts a lot into play in it because it gives you more resources, more thoughts to draw from. The formal education definitely helps, but I don't think it's in any way essential.
So what is the most essential?
So the most essential thing would probably be common sense.
IQ, short for intelligence quotient, is a measure of a person's reasoning and ability. In short, it's supposed to gauge how well someone can use information and logic to answer questions or make predictions, i.e. problem solving skills. So I think he had the right definition from what I could see.
Yeah, so for me personally, I think intelligence is both EQ, IQ, and that common sense, street smart intelligence, all of that combined.
Okay, so
I did that.
EQ, right? EQ is emotional intelligence. People use that. You're very emotionally intelligent. Understand, EQ is not actually a recognized term. It's not recognized by the scientific community. It was invented by a journalist, okay? Just for those people who keep saying it. Actually, apparently Jordan B. Peterson's one who said this. There's no such thing as EQ. Let me repeat, there is no such thing as EQ. The idea was popularized by a journalist, Daniel Goleman, not a psychologist. You can't just invent a trait. You have to define it, measure it, and distinguish it from other traits and use it to predict the important ways the people vary.
People consciously or unconsciously, when they see someone, form an opinion immediately. Like I'm sure we all did right away.
When I saw you, I told myself, Maria, do not judge him just by his looks. He could be throwing you off, or that's just who he is, but he can talk the talk and walk the walk.
He could be throwing you off, trying to say, I came today trying to look stupid, or he could just be really stupid.
Sean, I didn't want to judge him based on the way he looks or dresses or acts, so I was like, I think he's intelligent.
That's still judging him.
Yes.
If you're saying, I'm not trying to judge you based off how you look, so I'm going to say you're smart, you are still inferring a judgment based off of that. It's still prejudicial in that sense, which is okay. It is a part of the whole game.
It's because the word is not a good word. People don't like that word.
So what is the definition that we're going with is the biggest question.
I like your definition.
I know, I was gonna say, I like my definition.
Yeah.
It combines everything.
My first job out of college, I was working at a law firm. A gentleman came up to me and said, hi, you don't look like somebody that would work at a law firm. You look like somebody I'd go on spring break with.
Not even going front, you still look like that. Cabo!
Obviously, out of everyone here, I've got the least formal education. I consider myself intelligent. My mental dedication and my ability to adapt and to problem solve. What I do in the Marine Corps, I'm a seabird defense specialist. So I think that by virtue of what I do, that already requires some amount of intelligence.
Sorry, quick question. So do you think that only certain people can do your job, or do you think anyone can do your job?
Only certain people.
Why don't you guys rank each other from 1 to 6, including yourself, and give reasons why you want to do what you're doing?
You already know the white people coming in last. You already know. Listen. Whiteys, stay in your corner.
Gotta go 1.
No.
Oh yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would rank you as a 6, not meaning that you're not intelligent. I also think that I don't place a lot of value on the military.
Period.
No, full stop.
I'd probably do 1, 2, 3.
You know you're more intelligent than these motherfuckers. Come on, bro. Stop it.
4, 5, 6. I'm sorry.
I'm the villain this episode.
Okay. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm sorry. It's hard for me to look past the education part.
As a woman, I had to fight hard, because people judge you and I look like I'm the girl that you would take the sprint break. Yeah, I know you're 6 because, military.
I think there's a big misconception about what goes on in the military. When you go in the military, it's not like you're handed a gun and you're like, all right, well, just wait in your barracks until we go to war and you shoot. Everyone gets a job. Some people, they work on submarines and they work on radars. Other people work as artillerymen. Other people work as intelligence officers. Other people work in computer sciences. Some people are lawyers, JAG, I think they're called JAG. Some people work as divers. Some people work as paramedics. Some people work as doctors, dentists. You could find pretty much any job except it's within the military. So this idea that like military people are somehow stupid, or it's completely opposite. Oftentimes I would argue that the IQ within the military is far above the average IQ of the people in the general population. That's 1. 2, you get education. You get paid to go learn. A lot of people who join the military get paid money. They get paid to go take courses. They get paid to take off-base training. They also get paid to train on base within their craft. If you want to become good at something, provided it has good tangible skills, that will like divert towards the civilian life. There's a lot you can take away from the military. So this idea that like military people are stupid, I can assure you some of the most competent, and that's why when folks leave the military, a lot of them are super successful in the civilian life if they chose a decent trade. So that's just, I think, a misconception that people have because they don't know what goes on within the military.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, immigrant parents, first generation going to college, humble, modest. 2, me, I don't know, PhD, cancer biology scientist. I work in a biotech company. We make COVID-19 testing kits, stuff like that. And then 6. It has nothing to do with your background. I don't think you really have the highest EQ out of all of us. Tyler, he ranked last for me personally because the way he carries himself.
You're fucking a white male!
He was ranking intelligence based on his point of view and not taking in other people's point of views.
Which is what you did, though. But of course, your way was the right way. So, okay.
And compiling results, but really just came down to his body language, his demeanor, the way he carried himself, the way he acted towards the group.
You're a white man!
The funny thing is that what I deem arrogant is how she was acting. You know what I mean? It's like she's looking at him being like, he arrogant. But I'm looking at her like, and I'm saying he's just being basic facts. There's a difference between arrogance. There's a little more of emotion in the arrogance. It's like, yeah, boasting yourself. Where she's like, oh, I would put myself first because, well, PhD, this and that, nah. That's arrogance.
Yeah.
That's boasting. That's arrogance. Definitely.
She thinks her virtues and her education
are better.
Justify her idea of self-importance. He feels like his training in the military, how well he scored, how he does a job, is his indication of his intelligence. The only difference is he didn't look at you like you were arrogant, but you thought he was because he valued those things. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, I might think I'm intelligent. I don't, because of how much success I've had in my work, my parkour, the things that I've learned along the way. But you might look at me like I'm being arrogant because you're like, those things don't quantify or should make you think like you are intelligent, right? So it's just an interesting perspective where a lot of people who have formal education think that's one of the only ways to really come out as intelligent, and it's not the case whatsoever. In fact, I would argue that school, while it does give you some resources to learn how to problem solve, is also so structured in a way that it makes you very limited in your problem solving skills at times, because it gives you a test and it says you will progress to the next level provided you can pass this barometer. When real life is very abstract, it's not as easy or as linear as school makes it out to be. So,
and also school is really for one type of, it's very unidimensional.
Yeah.
Where it's for one type of people. It's really messed up that if you look at cell phones within the past years, it evolved so much. If you look at cars, it evolved so much in the past 100 years. If you looked at just buildings, the way we build things, the way we build buildings and houses and stuff like that, that technology has evolved so much. But you take education, and it's the same way since Plato. The way you listen to someone talking in front of you, like, and it's really good for one type of person. So it really doesn't showcase all the potential of the many different people. The people that excel in school are good, but it doesn't mean that those who don't excel in school are not also good in other places. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah. So again, this doesn't mean that it's not a strong correlation between education and IQ. There definitely is. I'm just saying it's not a causation thing. And you can still find people who are very highly intelligent, but don't necessarily have a formal educational background. There are other forms of education as well. It's not just academia in school. There's also such thing as education on the field, right? Going through the process of working through things and getting better at your craft. So just keep that in mind. All right, Priest, go. What do you think your number is? Most intelligent, stupidest. Go for it.
I'm going to go Asian. I'm going to go white girl. Army dude, black girl. I really want to put Maria last just to teach her a lesson, but I ain't got no. But I'm gonna put like fucking Maria, and then after that, Powerpuff.
All right, I'm gonna choose the same thing as you, but I'm gonna show my love to Powerpuff. Listen, you know what I'm saying? My Little Pony, you're going fifth. Maria, I'm putting you dead last. Okay, I know your family swam from Cuba. I'm glad you made it to Miami. I'm glad you guys are a great refugee story, and you made it. You got your PhD. You're doing COVID tests. Congratulations. You're going last.
I think that I sort of expected to be ranked a little bit lower. At first glance and first interaction with me, it's hard to tell how intelligent I am. It's hard to tell how intelligent anybody is.
But I can't see how white you are and how blonde you are. So get to the bottom, stupid.
Is anyone upset with where they're standing?
I think it makes sense that I'm down here. Like the guy who graduated from high school and then joined the military, he probably wouldn't be like high up on there.
Hey, see?
Like, you know what? I'm okay. I understand that, but I'm about to fuck you up.
If I was in their shoes, I definitely would have also ranked myself among the lowest.
I do feel like there might be a prejudice acting in terms of ranking you
Okay, I was thinking that
highly, but I agree with the ranking.
I think there's a bit of prejudice as to why you're first, because you're Asian, but you know.
But I'm prejudiced too.
You're Asian.
So number 1 is Raymond. Number 2 would be Kaylee. Number 3 will be Tyler. And number 4 would be Shada. Number 5 is Sean. And number 6 is Maria.
You stupid.
9 plus 10?
Yes, you are.
21.
21.
You stupid.
136. Oh,
Guantanamera
136.
is a one.
112.
All right. Look at this, man. Listen, the minorities thought they were getting reparations, and the whites still came up on top. Look at them. Look at how happy they are. They've retained their wealth.
I'm mad at it.
They've retained their wealth. Ooh, look at the body language. Look at the body language. My man's just man-spreading. She's loving her life. Asian man's still like, man, you guys are still beneath me. Maria's all mad in the corner over here. Come on, Maria, what happened with your PhD? $10 says they're going to discredit the IQ test.
I think an IQ test tests something. I don't think it's intelligence. It's definitely testing something. IQ tests are now known to be flawed and like based on incorrect sample sizes. I have really severe dyslexia. There's 2 questions on that test that I automatically basically can't answer.
I'm sure if you studied for an IQ test, you would do a lot better. IQ tests are just one aspect or one way to measure intelligence. It's really on a spectrum what constitutes somebody as intelligent.
Before this, all I knew about IQ tests is that they existed, and the I stands for intelligence.
The I stands for intelligent, and I am intelligent. Maria, there's an I in your name, but you ain't intelligent. It's not like me. Let's go. Stop playing with me. This is my kind of people.
Yeah, definitely your kind of people.
And let me be clear about something. It's not the fact that he's military per se. What I like? No. This is the kind of person I love to work with.
Okay, yeah, that's what you're saying.
I love working with folks like this, straight to the point. You ever like, we do comedy shows, right? And when we're like launching a show at a theater, for example, sometimes you get a technician. You give him the specifications. He comes, all right, I'm gonna use this light. We're gonna flash it here. This is the cue, bang, bang, bang. Everything is seamless. Why? Because you just work in specifics and you set everything up accordingly. Everything is just, papa, I can work with that. But when everything comes in, it's like, I feel like, and based off of the cultural norms of this and that, well, there's a first layer where oppression exists, and then there's a second layer where black folks exist, right? Like, I can't deal with that. But this...
And then there's Private Hornsby that's going to come in and do the job.
Hi, Private Hornsby, 942, refrigerator tech. But here's the thing, right? When you're working with people, you just want problem-solving skills. This is the issue. How do we get to the root of it? And to me, that's the most useful people to have around.
Especially in a crisis, I don't have time to deal with emotions. We don't have time to, there's this shit's happening. We have to deal with that. Let's go. So, yeah. Emotion, just.
All right. Let me just look it up.
I've never looked into IQ tests before. Coming here today, them saying the EQ, that was the first time I've ever heard that term in my life.
Let's go. Getting tired of hearing all this EQ stuff. Hey, Tyler, if I ever see you and you want a beer, it's on me, brother. Okay, you have done your country proud. You have done the service members proud. You carry on doing whatever radar tech bullshit you was doing. God bless you, fucking squirrel.
Coming back to intelligence, it's not just your IQ, it's your EQ, it's your common sense, it's street smarts. Sure, it is some type of metric similar to an SAT and
Ooh! Oh, you vexed.
T'as rien dit.
Oh, you vexed.
T'as rien dit.
Sure. Like, whatever.
This would have been singing a different tune if she came out first. You already know.
Yeah, of course.
You already know. Look at her eyes. Look at the bags underneath her eyes. She already looked like she's losing sleep, and it hasn't even happened yet.
It's a metric for getting into college, but there's more to that person than that test.
There's an irony here in her discrediting some kind of academic tests for saying like it doesn't measure intelligence, but then her using education and academic tests that she had to pass to discredit others. There's a bit of a double standard there that I think is interesting. But shout out to My Little Pony. He said he was going to be around 6th. He came on 5th. So, that's an upgrade for him too.
He's just happy. He's just like, hey, rainbow, relax, take it easy.
You already know. Let's go.
On top of that, it's like Maria lost, but it was a landslide. You understand what I'm saying? The top was when it was 136. Then the other ones were around 130. Then My Little Pony was at 123 or something. So it's like 12, 14 points difference from the first person and then Maria landslid that thing down, that drain, like she flushed that. It's over there. It's like they would bump, and then you throw it out over there. 112.
Hey.
I guess, it's bittersweet, like, peaches and cream. It's the S, the L, the I, the M.
It's definitely not the M, the A, the R, the IA. But anyways, that's it for today's video. At the end of the day, it was cool. It's a fun little video, and I always appreciate these kind of things. It shows some of our prejudices when it comes to education. It comes through this, and even I have these ideas. So don't be too hard on Maria. We were clowning her this whole thing, but listen, I understand coming all the way from Cuba is hard. So God bless her, and hope she has a long and prosperous life.
Yeah, live your life. But
tell us what you guys think in the video
before you wreck yourself.
Yeah. Deuces.
A não ser a vontade de te encontrar, o motivo já nem sei, nem que seja só para estar ao seu lado, só pra ler no seu rosto uma mensagem de amor.